Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, this is like part 4 of this whole OneTrey, Manny, and Mama Duck saga, but I have to get this out, and unless something else come out of this whole situation, to be honest, I don't think I'll be returning to this topic, because to me, it's pretty evident of who's really doing the foul play. However, I'll let y'all decide. Alright, and like I said, my main reason for that is everything as of right now is just all say he say she say, and honestly speaking, it's looking more and more as if Manny is the one in the wrong in this situation. Because look, Manny is calling OneTrey a snake. However, he's not giving any specific reason as to why he's calling OneTrey a snake. Alright, like what did OneTrey do? What's your proof? Why are you calling this man a snake? It's similar to calling someone a snitch in the hood without no paperwork. You see what I'm saying? You can't just call someone a snitch and not have any paperwork. Why are you calling him a snitch? Alright? So that's where I'm at with it, man. Until he proves the reason why he's calling OneTrey a snake, like specifically, or give a certain situation or instance to where he could tell us that OneTrey stole or did something snaky, then right now it's just looking like he's more in the wrong. Now, on the other hand, OneTrey went live yesterday, well 2 days ago to be exact, and he gave exact specific details on why he feels that Manny is a snake, and he gave examples. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. That's what you're supposed to do. If you're calling someone a snake, explain why he or she is a snake. Why do you feel that way? Alright, you can't just make those claims, then not say why and expect people to believe you, because judging from what OneTrey is saying, I truly believe the only reason Manny is calling him a snake is because he feels OneTrey took food out of his mouth by exposing Duck to doing business the right way. And him exposing Duck to doing the business the right way, it kind of took away from Manny's biggest, artist. FBG Duck, out of all of them, Duck was like the breadwinner. Duck was the guy that was supposed to be out of here. Alright, now as a matter of fact, let's talk about some key things OneTrey spoke about on his live as to what's really going on and what went on behind the scenes. Now, just like most of us already thought, OneTrey explained that he spoke to Duck and asked Duck, why don't he got his own YouTube? Alright, like the rest of the big names in drill such as G Herbo and them. Now, he explained that he told Duck that FBG Duck was a brand and the Cloud Boys was more like his group, his artist in a sense, alright? So he told him he should start his own YouTube because he was getting big and that'll make him some money. Now, he explained that Duck, like most of the young artists in the streets, didn't know how to make a YouTube, so he set one up for Duck, and Duck began uploading his music onto the new YouTube page as well. Now, when a lot of people say that OneTrey wasn't around or OneTrey left and came back, Mama Duck said, alright, and this is coming out this man's mother's mouth, she said that Duck actually went and got OneTrey. So it's not like OneTrey came back trying to infiltrate and weasel into the business and take away or whatever the case may be. She's saying that Duck went and got him. Alright, and this is coming from the man's own mother's mouth. So I know a lot of people, they sitting there, they on the fence about what's what. However, like I said, things are looking more in OneTrey's favor more than anything. But anyway, now as far as the rumors of OneTrey not being around for anything, OneTrey explained that he'd been around since 2009, 2010, and in fact, he learned how to use a camera and shot music videos. And he started making began shooting videos for Duck and the rest of the FBG. Now, it was in that same time frame that he explains that he was taking his own money and investing it back into Duck and the guys way before FBG Young's father, aka Manny, was even in the picture. Now, he then explains that all these guys were their own artists when it came to putting out music. However, they were a crew, not a music group, but they were like a street crew, in which we already know them as FBG. However, it was Manny's idea to start the Cloud Boys YouTube and begin releasing all these guys' music and videos under that one YouTube page. So he's saying that Manny pretty much tried to make them into the music group when that wasn't even the case. In the street and as homies, they were known as FBG. However, musically, at first, they all started out doing their own music. You see what I'm saying? And I get what he means by that, because it is a difference. If I make music, just because I have a friend that make music don't mean we are in a group. We might be in the same street crew. We might be, kicking it as boys, but musically we are our own individual artists. All right, so now that OneTrey said that, I can see how things may have got confused. But once again, Manny has called OneTrey a snake. However, he has no proof of any situation that he could tell us where OneTrey did some snake move. All right, but in this situation that OneTrey is explaining about Manny, it in fact make Manny look like he's the snake, because if Manny started the Cloud Boys page and released music on there and made profit without telling the boys or dished out any money, then what do you call that? All right, then keep in mind, I'm sure that they were young and didn't know anything about YouTube revenue. All right, plenty of artists from the early drill scene has expressed that in the height of the drill culture, when things were coming up, they were broke, but their videos were doing millions of views, but they didn't know that they were actually making money off the videos until they started seeing the cameramen come around with new cameras, new equipment, new cars, and etc. Now, Billionaire Black stated something like that in an interview as well, so I could see how a lot of these guys were unaware that they were actually making music. A lot of people, especially being a younger artist, didn't even know that you could generate revenue off of YouTube in the first place. Alright, but moving on. Now, OneTrey explains that Duck had a buzz and had the music, but he was mishandled. And he was mishandled because Manny wasn't putting the effort he was supposed to in the Duck's career, because he was busy using the clout that Duck received to get his sons in the door and try to get them on that same level of clout that Duck had. Now, keep in mind that this is all alleged, right? However, a lot of the things that OneTrey is bringing up is making sense, because I think we all wonder how or why FBG Duck wasn't as big as he should have been. Now, we all know that whether anybody admits it or not, it's a strong possibility that he was very much blackballed due to who his ops were. That's without a doubt. But at the same time, Duck had big songs, but it always seems like he just couldn't capitalize off them. It's like he was stuck in a sense. All right, look at the song Slide, a very, very dope song, a big song for him as well, but he just couldn't capitalize. All right, now to make matters worse, OneTrey explained a time where he says Duck was supposed to come out with an EP when he got all the clout from the Slide song, but instead Manny pushed his son FBG Young during that same time frame, which led to Duck not being able to capitalize off the success of that song. Once again, now, like I said, if you have any type of knowledge of the music industry, you know that timing is everything. When you're hot and you're rolling, you just got to keep going, keep going, keep going. You can't be idle and just sit there and not put out any music when you're hot. You see what I'm saying? Because you're going to miss your time. And in Duck's case, he had plenty of instances where he was hot, he had a good song, people were checking for him, and the next you know, he just died back down. And then as time go by, he'll put out another song or something else that might get hot, but then he just die right back down. All right. Now, OneTrey also claimed that Manny will only want to drop certain Duck songs and videos on World Star that featured FBG Young on it, who is, you know, Manny's son. And I'm not saying that any of this is 100% true, because none of us was there, so it's all alleged at this point. It's all he say, she say. We could only make judgment based off whose story we feel is more valid based on what we're told. Now, in OneTrey's case, he says that even Billionaire Black can vouch for everything he's saying. All right, and I don't know if Billy can, but remember that interview I told y'all that Billionaire Black did when he explained that before Duck passed, he wanted to leave Chicago because he wasn't messing with the other FBG members, and Duck was supposed to actually come down to Vegas with Billionaire Black, right? Well, I guess all of that kind of correlates with each other somehow, and, you know, OneTrey just pretty much put it out there. Now, here's the part that I have to respect, because OneTrey actually admitted that he was shooting videos for these guys, but when he was shooting videos, he never knew anything about YouTube monetization and making money off the videos. He says that he never knew about it, and I don't know how true he is when it comes to that. I don't know how honest he is. However, you do gotta respect the fact that he admitted that he made some money. And at the time, you got to remember, YouTube was created in 2008. So in the earlier stages, nobody really knew what was up. Only a selected few of people. And let's be real, he was young. But he did admit that he made money, but he didn't know about YouTube revenue, and says the way he found out was that one day they was in the back of the house, you know, just chilling one day, him, Duck, and Billionaire Black. And they was talking about how effed up they was, and it was right before Christmas, right? He said that his father suddenly called him up and said, yo, a YouTube check came in the mail for you. So he explained that he went, got it, set up the account, and when he got the money right before Christmas, he gave Billionaire Black and Duck $1,000 a piece. Now, He didn't explain how much the check was. You know, that could be a little skeptical. That could be a little fishy right there. However, though, he kept it 100 and stated that he did, in fact, make money unknowingly. And when he received the check, he broke bread. So you got to respect that. And also, once again, Mama Duck is even vouching for this man, saying that he never stole and everything has been the same and going to her since Duck passed. So what more evidence do y'all want from him? I could say whatever I want about him. Anybody could say anything they want about him. But if we going off of validity, if we going off of, you know, Duck and what his side and everybody's saying, they're saying that OneTrey is actually valid. All right. Now, on the flip side of things, can you imagine being in a struggle with someone and doing what you got to do to get out? And lo and behold, you have someone saying that you did some type of ill will to that same person when all you did was actually help. You know, now he explained that, and this may have been Duck's downfall right here, but he explained that he took care of the YouTube and business and stuff because Duck simply didn't want to. He said that Duck just wanted to make music and do videos. Now, once again, Duck being nonchalant to the business side of the music business, you know, that kind of was his downfall as well. And I get it. He just wanted to live out his dream and make music. Of course, get paid for it. But like most of these young artists, when they coming up, they have no knowledge of the business. And by the time they actually do figure out the business and want to make things right, their time has already came and went, or they no longer hot anymore, and it's too late because the damage has already been done. So if you're watching this and you're a young artist coming up, make sure you learn the business first before you sell yourself short. Now, last but not least, I'm assuming this is where the part that Manny is alleging that OneTrey is a snake. And I guess this is the part the way he feels that OneTrey probably did something, you know, funny. And he says it's because OneTrey claims that there was a time where Manny wasn't FBG Duck's manager anymore because he was upset that Duck and OneTrey took matters into their own hands, and Manny went calling around to tell people he wasn't Duck's manager anymore. Now, that doesn't sound like someone who would want their kid to prosper, just like Manny explains that he always does, how he wanted Duck to go so far and whatever, especially if you're like a father figure. But OneTrey explained that before Duck passed away, Manny made it his business to call around and let people know that he ain't his manager. But as soon as Duck died, now Manny wanted all the music back, and explained that Duck wasn't even gone for more than 24 hours before Manny decided to release the song Like That. And if you look back, that's actually what happened. That Like That song came out pretty much, what, the same day, if I'm not mistaken? So like I said, it's a big mix up or whatever the case may be. OneTrey's side did sound a little more legit to me. You know, that's my personal opinion. It's really up to y'all. I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments below, man. Do you think OneTrey is lying? Or do you think that Manny is just mad that OneTrey took some, you know, food out of his mouth? Do y'all think Manny telling the truth? Who knows? Alright. Now, that's pretty much it, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.